presented on the summary of assessment of emissions and releases of unintentional POPs around the globe. So I think if you are looking for a more global or regional information, that report for sure will be interesting to look at. I will also provide that link so that you can have it. Thank you.
Thank you, Agustin. Are you done, sir? Yes, please.
One more question for Dr. Toshiya, please. Can you explain a little bit more about the tin that you extract silicon from by using tin in the molten aluminum? That's very interesting topic because I'm in aluminum industry. Yeah.
So you want a secret of silicon?
You were talking about using tin, SN.
Yeah, molten tin. Yes, exactly.
To extract silicon out of molten aluminum.
Okay. First step is how to shred the aluminum silicon alloy products. Okay. Then put it into the molten tin. Okay. You got me? Okay. The aluminum silicon alloy can easily dissolve into the molten tin, okay, producing tin, aluminum, silicon, ternary alloy, molten pool. You get me at this moment? So, okay. So then you reduce the temperature of the molten pool, right? So after, then just the point is the solubility just below the solubility limit of silicon in the molten pool. The silicon will be extracted as a solid state, remaining residual aluminum in the molten pool. At that point, you can extract silicon, only silicon from aluminum, silicon alloy. But what to do for the residual aluminum which is existing in the molten pool? There is a tin aluminum alloy liquid state. You reduce the temperature again at the solubility limit of aluminum in tin. Just below the temperature, solubility temperature, you will extract solid state aluminum from the molten pool. So we have succeeded in extracting silicon from aluminum silicon alloy by utilizing molten tin pool based on the solubility of each element in tin. This is the thermodynamically true process. Just in laboratory of University of Toyama, this is a laboratory level of doing. How to expand this process to industry level. That is important. So you have a huge amount of molten pool in the furnace. So the temperature is not homogeneous. And convection will also rise depending on the situation. So how can do this? So no one knows at this moment. That we are struggling for this. So if you come to Toyama, I will show you the detail. Okay. So winter time is okay for you because everything is very tasty. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I like Toyama. I went to Toyama many times.
So again, an invitation to a generous invitation to visit Toyama University and learn basic chemistry. I would say this is just solubility differences, no? So to our young generation there, really learn your chemistry. And as the professor mentioned, you would really succeed in life. Yes. Suksiri, yes.
Well, hi, thanks, Camilla. Thanks, all panelists. I'm so happy that we are achieve so much in this project. Thanks to Dr. Pasquale and yourself, we started since year 5. So I'm so glad that we achieved this project successfully. Well, my question though, I'm not so sure whether Augustine is still with us. It's Suksiri Jamsuk Augustine from UNIDO Regional Office in Thailand. My question is about SDGs. In particular, the SDG 3.6 or 3.9.3 is related to health issue and the death from toxic chemicals. UNIDO has been talking to WHO in few countries, in particular Thailand, how we going to develop these kind of database. I just wonder whether at the Secretariat you have any kind of success stories or a best practice to document this SDG on health 3.6.3, the death from toxic chemicals, because this links pretty much on these dioxins and toxic chemicals that we are working on, leading by Camilla. Thank you. Is he still online? Yes, thanks.
I'm here. Thank you very much for the question. So my understanding is that you are referring to SDG target 3.9 on mortality from environmental pollution, which aims to reduce the number of deaths and illness from hazardous chemicals and air, water, and soil pollution, right? So, to be concrete, the BRS Secretariat does not have a database of cases of diseases or deaths produced by pollution. The custodian of this SDG indicator is the WHO, which we work closely. But what I want to highlight is that implementing the obligations of the BRS conventions along many other environmental agreements will for sure provide better indicators, not only on health, but also on the environment. So if each country complies with their obligations of ceasing the production and the use of these toxic chemicals, reducing the releases and emissions of unintentional POPs, handling properly the waste, which is one of the important steps of the life cycle of many chemicals, handling properly waste and releases as well. So all of this is part of the environmentally sound management of chemicals throughout the life cycle, and will not only contribute to this SDG 3.9 on health, but also to many others. You look at the SDGs, you have 12 on focusing on industry and production, you have SDG focusing on cities, which is also very relevant, SDG 14 on life underwater. So when we do the assessment, chemicals and waste management actually are related through all of them. We have now, at the global scale, we have agreed on a framework on chemicals management as well. And many of those indicators are very relevant to the conventions. And moreover, there has been also recently agreed, the Montreal framework on the global framework on biodiversity, which they now call it biodiversity plan. So they also have targets to protect and reduce biodiversity loss. And if you look at their targets and indicators, chemicals and waste management are very relevant to many of them. So my message is, if we want, we can look at specific information that the custodian of that will be WHO, but just to highlight that working in very specific industries such as the metallurgical industry or more wider chemicals and waste management aspect will for sure contribute not only to SDG 3, but many others as well.
Thank you, Agustin and Suksiri. Any further question from the audience? It's 11:49, but I would wish still to pick the brains of our panel here. I mean, we've discussed several